My name is Mianta McKnight. I was sentenced to 15 years to life. I was 17 years old in 1995 when I was arrested. I did 18 years in one day, and I was released on December 3rd of 2013. And I'm now 35 years old. Of parole, I had a life sentence. However, when I was going to court when I was 17, they were anticipating giving us life without. And at that age, I didn't understand what it meant. But after being incarcerated with people that have that sentence, I got a better understanding of exactly what it was. And after a while, I realized that I can't look to anybody to validate me, but I instead have to change because I want to, and I had to be committed to it. So I committed to going to groups and classes, and when I would go, even if it was something I didn't think I could learn something from, I would attend and take what I could and leave what I couldn't. And for speaking, I have a passion for this, and with educating other people in regards to what the prison system does do. I'm not here to bash CDC or anything like that, but I am here to provide the other side of the story from the perspective of a person that did live there and came through it.
My name is Misty Rojo, and I was incarcerated in Central California Women's Facility for 10 years. If I were to imagine a world without prisons, it kind of goes into what's needed for reentry, those healing spaces. There has to be intervention. Nobody is born into madness. Nobody is born being even a sociopathic killer. There's things that happen along the way. How do we as a community recognize? How do we as a community come together? I can go back to my Native American roots. If you look at Native Americans, we did everything as a community and for a community. We didn't have jails. We did not have prisons. We didn't have sins. We didn't have crimes. We understood everything was a community, and we understood differences. And so if you recognize something before it happens, and you intervene and you treat that person like a person, and you don't stigmatize them, you don't make them feel ashamed or bad because of something they need help with. I think we as a society just need to question ourselves sometimes and our own motives for why we do things, and also figure, what if it was you? What if it was your daughter? What if it was your son? What if it was someone you love? And that's not hard to imagine for a lot of people. You know, you could love someone very much and know them one way, and next thing you know, they're accused of something horrific that they may have actually done, but that's not the person you know. And how would you want that person treated? And how would you want them helped? How would you want them healed and rehabilitated?
Every day I push forward and keep hope alive in my heart. I am an evolving human that has learned from my mistakes. But every morning I wake up next to brick walls that remind me that I am living to die in prison. All the while hoping, wishing, and praying that somehow something will change.
My brother's a lifer. He's been locked up. This coming 4th of July, it will be 31 years that my brother's locked up. I'm basically on both sides of this story of having a lifer as a brother and being a mother of a victim of a violent crime. I have a son that was shot to death. He was 23 years old, and I remember wanting, when we were going through trial, I want the young man to be locked up for the rest of his life. But then now as I think about it, and 30 years later, my brother's locked up, like what good would that do? With my brother, it's like, okay, 30 years, what is enough now? I wonder what is enough and what's too much, you know?
And tell, you know what? I have a girl who made a mistake when she was 16, and I'm not embarrassed anymore. She landed up in the jail system and now in the prison system. I'm not embarrassed anymore. My daughter is in prison right now, and I'm not gonna hide anymore. You have to accept me and our family the way we are. And my daughter has been in prison, and it's not all her fault. That's why I've been in hiding for so long.